What does it take to kill a dynasty?
Cummings off the fake. And
Not just beat one, to dismantle it,
They're trying to pay attention to their players.
to look Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and a young Michael Jordan in the eye and make them blink.
He hated Bill Laimbeer.
I never really ever liked Laimbeer in any social situation.
No.
Yeah.
And it's because he was a dirty player.
You've seen everybody's seen the footage of Bill Laimbeer. I mean, Bill, threw him to the floor.
Bill didn't hit people illegally. He hit them very legal.
This is the story of the most hated, calculated, and influential team in NBA history.
I think how this guy really fitted in with the bad boys is because he was a winner. He was a leader. And his basketball IQ is off the charts. And I had an opportunity to experience that playing alongside him. Everyone knows that, he was, a part of a great team, but they didn't realize how great a rebounder Dennis was when he was with the bad boys.
Right.
I didn't know either.
And, so a lot of his individual skills never really stood out. But, when he was able to come and join us with the Chicago Bulls, we not only got the greatest rebounder of all time, but we got a basketball player that had a very high basketball IQ, and he knew how to win. It wasn't about just the leaders in Detroit, but they had a great piece here. A guy that was hungry and wanted to be known at the end of the day, as we know now.
They weren't just players. They were a declaration of war from a forgotten city. And for a brief, brutal era, they were the law of the league.
Isaiah falls and loses it. Once Mahorn. Hugh Evans in the middle of it, trying to break it up.
To understand the bad boys, you have to understand 1980s Detroit. While the economy boomed elsewhere, the Motor City was crumbling. Unemployment hit 18%. The Pistons played in the sterile Silverdome, a hollow echo of a brighter past. They were the antithesis of Showtime. No flash, no smiles, just grit. Isaiah Thomas, the Chicago kid with $1 million smile and a knife-sharp competitive edge, was the heart. But the soul, that came from the others. Bill Laimbeer, the hated center, a millionaire's son who played like a dock worker. Rick Mahorn, the hammer, and a second-round pick from nowhere named Dennis Rodman. This was Detroit versus everybody, and everybody included the NBA's beloved royalty. Their first obstacle was a god in the making, Michael Jordan. By 1988, MJ was dropping 35 points a game in the league. You couldn't stop him. So Coach Chuck Daly devised a solution. Don't stop him, break him.
To stop him, what they want to try and do is get him to go to the center of the court, take away the baseline. That time Michael Jordan just went right around.
The Jordan rules were less a playbook and more a permission slip for controlled violence. As Laimbeer said, we decided if we couldn't stop him, we were going to beat the hell out of him.
McGuire will try to get in the scoring column. Still missing, and Pippen runs it down with a great rebound, reaching up over. Great offensive rebounder, taken down at the end line, and now
Other guys. With a push, Hodges on a drive. He goes to the deck, no whistle. Down goes Rodman, no whistle. Rodman partial is gone.
The media was horrified. Rivals were furious. Larry Bird famously called them a bunch of thugs. But it worked. It was psychological warfare. And it was the key that unlocked the Eastern Conference. They had to go through Boston first. It was a street fight. But they finally broke the Celtics. Then came the Lakers. In 1988, they took them to 7 games, with Isaiah giving a performance for the ages on one leg.
Isaiah Thomas is hurt down on the court underneath the basket. I couldn't tell what happened.
His right ankle, Billy. Mike Abdenauer, the trainer, is with him, and the Pistons are going to have to call a timeout. He has started to get up. He got up and then went down on the floor.
Isaiah's coming back in the ball game.
Thomas show, plus an injury to Thomas here in the third. Thomas off balance, basket counts and a foul, and he is still limping. He is a game performer. He's got to be hurting and limping. and he continues to Detroit. Isaiah Thomas has put on a brilliant exhibition of despite an ankle injury.
Yeah, but he's limping noticeably right now.
Thomas goes up, and Isaiah Thomas having an incredible period. He has 35 in the game, 23 in this period. And the shot is hit by Thomas. Can you imagine the great performance, maybe one of the best we've ever seen in one quarter in NBA Finals history?
In 1989, it was a sweep. They dethroned Magic.
They want to get a lot more shots. And Isaiah Thomas starts. Kareem guarded by Laimbeer. Mahorn teases for a double. And Kareem Abdul, the #1 draft pick by the Pistons. Magic Johnson with a super end-to-end for the Continental League. Thomas. Isaiah Thomas with 8 points.
To running that lane and getting to a guy as quick as him.
And a 4-man is a power forward in basketball lingo. Dumars.
The trophy wasn't won with finesse, it was taken by force.
Here's Vinny. The trapping defense again. They get it to Rodman. Touch Pagans ticked off in the hand. Thomas goes to Rodman. The basket.
In 1990, they did it again against Portland. Joe Dumars, the quiet assassin, won Finals MVP.
Or Tuesday night. Dumars. Rebound by Aguirre. Dumars. And a foul. Tell you, that was a great pass by Aguirre on the baseline to Dumars.
You know, really hampers him.
Joe Dumars off balance will draw the foul. That's what he thought. Look a couple of days. 20-11. Dumars in traffic draws the foul, and Cooper raises his hand. Laker center substitution. Thompson has used a little of the glass.
Yeah, but do that and be matched.
That's true. Dumars slices. Pass to Dumars. Cooper with him. Dumars to the line to shoot. Getting inside.
Well, he's deceiving. You know, I like Riley's move, bringing Kareem back in the ball game right now because he's having a good evening.
Dumars goes in again and gets the basket with a left-handed layup. 11 for Joe Dumars.
Extension as he goes with that left hand. Beautiful. He kisses the glass.
High off the glass that time for Joe. Louisiana Joe now with 13 points.
That's where they get you with shot opportunities.
Joe Dumars. He out again. Into their trapping defense. Aguirre from the corner. 11 to top the Lakers, and he'll be restrained for a moment.
For the call. Number 2, he wants to quiet him.
Dumars over Magic.
We have a tough cover inside right now.
Dumars.
Covering.
Right. Detroit certainly within range. And nearly 3 minutes going by in the third. Dumars hits it into Aguirre by Laimbeer. It's a 3-on-3. Dumars. Palace. Dumars. Draws the foul. We're going to call the red crossing. And Lamb lost it, and the game is over.
The villains were champions, and the city of Detroit, for a summer, could forget the decay and just roar. But every villain has a downfall. Theirs was named Michael Jordan. By 1991, he had evolved. The punches that once rattled him now only fueled him.
Long range, Kelly and Brendan Sir. Paxson wide open. Yes.
And in the final seconds of their defeat, with 7.9 seconds left, they walked off. No handshakes, no congratulations. It was the ultimate act of defiance, the ultimate badge of villainy. The sentiment was universal. They were sore losers, bad sports. Isaiah claimed it was to avoid the spectacle, but the narrative was set.
I didn't lead the walk-off. We didn't do anything any different than the Celtics did, or the Lakers did, or anybody else did. After championship games, I don't remember teams going shaking hands.
If you had it to do over again, would you shake hands with the Bulls?
Absolutely. Now, and the reason why I would is because looking back in terms of what has happened, you know, had I had a chance to do it all over again, we should have took the higher road. Now, We had dethroned the Celtics. We had dethroned the Lakers. And we thought that we deserved a little bit of respect as a champion. Everyone and every team could play and act like the Pistons and adopt our philosophy except the Pistons.
The Bad Boys era ended not with a fight, but with a silent, controversial walk to the locker room. Time changes sentiment. What was once hated is now studied. The Bad Boys didn't just win, they created a blueprint. They proved that defense could be a weapon. That toughness was a skill. Every physical playoff series, every grit and grind team owes a debt to Detroit.
In 1984, I joined Bill Davidson's Detroit Pistons organization, and there were a group of players there. 3 of them are sitting there: Bill Laimbeer, Vinnie Johnson, Joe Dumars came a little bit later. They had won 35 games, I think, the year before, and I thought the coach had done a pretty good job, and I thought I'm in for a short term. But little did I know about the desire of this particular group, and particularly the captain, Isaiah Thomas. At any rate, if he had been 5 inches taller, I'm not sure he wouldn't have been the greatest player that ever played the game with all the characteristics he has. My honor, my privilege to introduce Isaiah Thomas.
Even Michael Jordan admitted that beating them was the key to his evolution. They were the fire that forged a dynasty. They were the villains we needed. Because heroes are defined by the obstacles they overcome. And the Detroit Pistons were the greatest obstacle of them all.
Thought well. I mean, he was very smart about his defenses. I think he approaches the game as trying to dissect his opponents and try to find weaknesses or try to force them to do things that they didn't feel comfortable doing, you know. And he introduced certain tricks to make me, you know, expand on my talents as an offensive player. I mean, that's why I consider him the best.
They were dirty, they were brutal, they were complicated, but above all, they were champions, and they changed the game forever.